Hey, Church of STFU, how you doing? Um, I wanted to discuss a few of the points with regards to burning a Quran. While I agree that burning a Quran may not or may generate more unrest um, than simply having gay people living in your society or granting women voting rights or abortion rights or divorce rights, education rights. While I agree that there may be different levels of unrest created by those different events, I'm not so much concerned about the unrest that will just basically get some Muslim butt hurt for a couple of days and then he'll get over it. I'm more concerned about the unrest that yields or leads to murder or rape or torture and so on. Therefore, it's not so much the level of unrest that is caused or the level of butt hurtiness, copyright on that word, but it's more how this can be used in terms of propaganda. So, can the Quran burning be used in propaganda as much as the fact that women dress as they wish in our society or as sluts as would be advertised in their propaganda? Yes, both of them can be used. Both of them are used. It's just which one is going to make which individual tick. And that, if you look at it this way, they just both become equal in terms of being tools that can be used through propaganda to convince someone by reaching out to his feelings or his values or principles. Now, you did mention that you understood that even though there are different levels, you didn't mind making the levels of unrest go up if there was a good reason for that. So, by good reasons, let's say that there are reasons which enable us to reach our optimal goal. And what is the optimal goal, really? Well, from my perspective, the optimal goal is that everybody's freedoms are respected. Therefore, a Muslim's freedom of religion is respected when he can be a Muslim without hindrance from the state or without any fear of retaliation from other groups because he's a Muslim. That to me is his freedom of religion. And at the same time, to have that person understand and respect the fact that those who respect his right to religion have a right to express themselves, and that he may feel secure enough in practicing his religion without feeling threatened or attacked by how people outside of his religion react. That is the optimal goal. The desired end state is exactly that. Be whatever religion worshiper you want to be, but don't get offended or confused by your rights to religion and other people's rights to express themselves regardless of their religion. So if we look at that as our goal, where we want to go, what good reasons are there for burning a Quran? or for drawing Muhammad? Well, if dialogue is sought, if that's what you're looking for, then I guess you wouldn't follow the Terry Jones route of making up a mock trial in a church and burning the shit out of it as a as a death sentence type thing. You know, that's, I agree, that's the wrong way to go about doing it. Um, However, I do believe that there are probably ways where you could burn a Quran and you could prevent the burning of the burning from being misinterpreted, or at least reduce the risk of it being used for a different purpose than the one you want to be used for. And that is through normal protest. If 100 people gathered in a park and claimed that they are doing this for a specific reason, we are doing this in response to a terrorist attack, and we are so disappointed that we want to voice our disappointment by burning a Quran. Or if a woman has been sentenced to death through lapidation because of infidelity. Well, if you didn't agree with that because you felt it was a violation of human rights, I guess you could stand in front of a camera and make a statement and say, I disagree with what you're doing, and you're basing this on this book, and that disappoints me. And I'm so disappointed that I will show my disappointment by burning the shit out of it. So to me, that's a way of expressing your feelings, but at the same time of explaining why you're doing it. I'm not doing it to piss you off. I'm doing it because I want to show my disappointment in what's happening. Now, at the same time that it serves the expression of feelings, I also believe that it can serve in so much as killing a myth. Killing a myth that over in America they do all these things because they think they're superior than you. They think they're better than you. They think they're this. They're the great Satan or whatever fucking nut job propaganda discourse can be used. I always come back to the point that you can't change the nut jobs. What you can do is expose people, the moderates, to the other side of the coin, the other side of the story, the flip side of the argument. And I believe that if you can do that, you might just advertise or showcase freedom in a better light. What do I mean by that? I'm convinced that if the prominent speakers of Islam were brought into the media and confronted with the situation, can you understand why people do this in order to protest without necessarily meaning to attack? If they didn't agree with that and expose themselves as agents of intolerance, then we would know where they stand and act accordingly. And if they did understand that and did agree with that point, then they could take it back to their masses, their followers, their peeps, and explain it to them that no, they don't do it just to piss us off. They do it because that's how they express themselves. So the goners are gone. You can't bring them back. But the ones that are still open-minded, you can deal with. So I'll make a second part to finish off a few other points. See you in a bit.